Morning, stars! It's your boy Lava Tyrant, and welcome back to the Mahagiri region. That's right, we are back with another episode, and this episode is the fabled episode 10. That's right, this is something that I've been waiting for a long time, and in this episode, oh boy, we got some cool stuff. Not only are we going to be discussing the regional EV evolutions, aka the regional evolutions, there are three, by the way, but also we're going to be discussing the professor and the two main protagonist trainers. That's right, the trainers are here at last. Not all of them. Now, originally I wanted some gym leaders and the rival in here too, but I designed all those characters, but the designs are now outdated because they sort of had some inconsistencies and weird stuff. So instead, I have redesigned the professor and the two protagonist trainers for this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next Mahagiri region video comes out. And without further ado, let's get on to the evolutions of the Mahagiri region. The first evolution we're discussing today is called Duplion, which is based off of a really cool asura from Hindu mythology known as Roktobija. I'll tell you more about him in the Pokedex entry, but I really like this design. This guy is totally on my team, and I really like him. So, with that being said, here is Duplion. Duplion. Duplions are scary creatures. It is said that they have the power to duplicate whenever damaged, but it chooses not to use that power unless it is a very special occasion. So yeah, I went with a psychic dragon combination for the typing of this guy. Also, like I mentioned in the last video, the entire concept of the Grieffeon Eevee came like literally before I was going to sleep. So the concept is I wanted a basic Eevee that would be a dragon type based off of an Asura, which are sort of like demons in Indian Hindu mythology, and basically it would evolve into notable Asuras in the Hindu mythology. And this one is based off of Roktobija, like I said, which loosely translates to blood seed if you want to take it in English. But basically, this demon is a very annoying one. There is a video by Overly Sarcastic Productions on the sort of event where this demon first appeared, so that will be linked in the description if you guys want to know more about this demon. But basically, he has this weird power where whenever he drops any blood from his body, that blood sort of turns into him. It sort of like duplicates himself. That's why it's Duplion here. So I really like that concept, and I definitely wanted a fakemon based off of that for my Mahagiri region. And what better place to do that but in an Eevee? And I'm pretty happy with this design. The colors are sort of inspired from this painting that I found of the event with Roktobija. But I'm fairly sure this is not the canonical way he's supposed to look. Also, I like how I did the tail. I'm pretty happy with that, where the tail looks like it's duplicating. Obviously, this is a Pokemon, so I can't make it too gruesome like the blood duplicates itself. So instead, it'll just be like it can duplicate itself from its own body. Kind of like, Double Team in the anime. So yeah, I hope you guys like Duplion. With that being said, let's get on to the next evolution. I like that pun. Really, a lot, a lot. Say hello to Indrion, or Indrion. This guy is based off of Indrajit, which is canonically the son of Ravana from Ramayana. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this design because it is sort of meant to imply that it's like, thunderous, but it really isn't. It's just a fighter. So yeah, I'll talk more about him in the Pokedex. Here is Indrion. Indrion. These Pokemon are very keen on picking fights, as they are skillful in it. Every hit of their claws hurt like thunder. So, like I said, he's based off of Indrajit, which is a really cool character in the Ramayana, or Ramayan, whichever way you call it. But I specifically wanted something for this Eevee where the evolutions aren't just blatant asuras, which normal people know. I want to bring light to some lesser known characters. Like it would be pretty easy to just make a, Ravana evolution or like a Mahishasura sort of based one. But I didn't do that because I want some of my other I preferably think these characters are cooler than the other ones. But yeah, I wanted to sort of bring in more demons from Hindu mythology into the limelight for these guys. And I also wanted to keep Eevee's design very basic because the Mahagiri region is only going to have 3 evolutions. I don't hope to add any more, but if in the future I ever make another Fakemon region or somebody else wants to make one with my evolution, they can actually use their own mythology's demons or counterparts of demons as the evolutions. So that's why I kept it sort of broad. That's why it's pretty cool. That's why, like, you can just make an evolution for this guy, and it just has to be a demon. So let's say, for example, there is a new Japan based region someone makes. Well, if that is the case, then you can take my Eevee and give it an evolution based off of Onis. So that's why I wanted to keep this very simple. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with Indrion. Indrion would have been on my team if it weren't for Duplion's coolness. But yeah, with that being said, let's get on to the last evolution of the Eevee of Mahagiri. Say hello to Grieffeon, who is based off of Surponoka, who is a very early demon in the Ramayana. I know it's pretty weird that I picked 2 demons from Ramayana, but I just had to. There are very less like canon demons that are named, but Grieffeon is based off of Surpanaka, who is a demon whose nose gets chopped off, sort of like a Toga character, I would say. But here is Grieffeon. Grieffeon. Though not fully understood, these Pokemon seem to be grieving. Their wails may be ear piercing, but they cannot smell. So yeah, again, for the typing, I went with Dark Dragon, and it's named Grieffeon because the character it's based off of the demon. She sort of gets rejected by the main character, the MC of the anime called Ramayana. That would be a cool anime though. But yeah, so she sort of gets rejected, and her nose gets chopped off, and she is also the sister of Ravana, so that's the entire reason the entire plot happens. She's the full reason why the plot happens. So yeah, I just wanted to make something out of her. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the design. I sort of went with a bandage off on her face where the nose is supposed to be, so it looks like she has no nose. It's pretty cool. I made her made her entire design more droopy to basically show that she's sad. And for the tail, I sort of was inspired by saris, sort of like the clothing that Hindu women wear, like most people, even now, people wear. So, and her dress also has that. I think I got that, but maybe I didn't. I tried to get that style for the tail. And also, I'm really happy with the chest region because I sort of made it look like it's the chest, which looks like a heart, but there's a fur, like there's a bit of fur on top of it, so it looks like the heart is broken. I'm pretty happy with that design. That was one of the first things that came to my mind when I was designing her. So yeah, here is Grieffeon. I hope you guys like him, and if you guys want any of these Fakemon in your team, let me know in the comments. With that being said, Let's get on to the trainers now, shall we? So, as for the protagonists, I sort of wanted to go with a more inclusive way. I was very much inspired from the way Subjectively did it, but also by the way, Legends Arceus did it. So, basically, here's a bit of an explanation. If this were to be a game, you would sort of have the opening thing, which will show that what is your appearance, not your gender, because it is bad to assume genders. And it is pretty weird that Pokemon has made it sort of binary in the past. And with Legends Arceus, it does seem that they're trying to move on from that, because Arceus does say, "What is thine appearance?" In a very Shakespearean voice. But yeah, that is sort of what I'm trying to do here. So there are two main variants that you can choose from for your appearance, and you can edit that from the get-go if this were a game. So basically, if it were actually like a fan game, I would think like it would be sprites, so you can't really customize it. But if it were to be like a 3D game, like an actual Pokemon game, then I would think that as soon as you pick your first variation, it sort of yeets you into this character sort of making area like The Sims, but you can't change the clothing because that is sort of like the in-game thing. So the clothing stays the same, but your appearance you can just modify that, like give them a bigger nose, or like change the body type, do whatever, up to you, but you can choose between the basic variants, and those variants have canon names, and that's why we're going to be discussing them. So yeah, with that being said, let's get on to variant 1, aka Keshav. Say hello to Keshav, aka the first variant you can choose from. The name is inspired from one of the many names that Lord Vishnu has in the mythos of Hindu mythology. And for the design, I tried to keep it traditional, but also keep it sort of modern. That way it looks like it is recent times. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the design, and I hope you guys like it too. Here is Keshav. Now let's get on to the second variant, aka Adhya. Say hello to Adhya. Her name is actually inspired from a, a name that is associated with Lord Shiva, and it is sort of a gender neutral name, and it is exclusively found in Sanskrit, I think, but it is a very cool name that I liked, so I named one of the protagonist variants Adhya. So I hope you guys like them too. So here is Adhya. Last but certainly not least for this video, what is a region without its regional professor? That's right, we are going to be discussing the regional professor of the Mahagiri region as one of the last characters for this video, and I'm pretty happy with her design, and she is known as Professor Bodhi. So without further ado, let's get on to her design. Let's go. Say hello to Professor Bodhi. I'm pretty happy with her design overall. Like I said before, I didn't want to divert too much from the general professor designs that you see in game in other games of Pokemon, like with the robe and everything. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with her design. Here is Professor Bodhi, and I hope you guys like her as much as I do with her design. So here she is. So those are the current trainers that have been designed for the Mahagiri region. I hope to design more, but for this video, I just designed them. I hope you guys like the protagonist variants and also the professor. And I also hope that you guys liked the 3 evolutions of the Mahagirian Eevee or Girian Eevee. So yeah, uh, as for what you can expect in the next episode, which will be coming out on, I guess, April, because like I wanted to do for a while, every month is going to have only one episode of the Mahagiri region. That way I get more views. But yeah, so you guys will have another episode on April, which for what you can expect there, I would say you guys can expect a sort of redesign of the regional bird, because I personally think that design has become very dated, and it just doesn't stand up with the current standard of my designs. So I think I'm going to be redesigning that for the next episode, and maybe even a few new fakemon mixed in there somewhere. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this episode, and if you did, like I said in the beginning, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of when the next Mahagiri video comes out. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.